This video is going to show the dashboard update um, from our order. So we're going to process an order and then we're going to go through here and see it as it updates. So I'm going to go in and create a quote. So I have the customer. I'll add in the product. I'll do our test product. And I'm going to purchase 10 units. So from here I can save. I can send by email with the quote attached as a PDF. I can send that once the customer receives it and reviews it. There's a link directly on the email to accept and sign the quote. So they'll come in here, they'll accept and sign the quote. It will confirm their order to them, and then it will also confirm the order to us on the back end. So when we go back to our end, we see here that the order is signed. It shows that the order is confirmed, and now it changes it from the quote to the sales order. On our end, it creates that purchase order and delivery for our customer. When I go into my dashboard, we now see that the order was updated, and we see here that the sales order 12 was added to our open sales orders. So we have sales order 12 on our dashboard now. When we go into our purchase, we can see here it has 20 units. There's another 10 units added from a previous order that was not confirmed. So it's adding up sales order 11 and sales order 12 because we're ordering from the same vendor. So now when I can send this by email. Send the draft PO or RFQ, and then once we hear back that they can handle our quantity at the price that we want, we can then confirm the order. So I'm going to confirm this. It creates the receipt. So now that the order is confirmed on the purchase end, we see that the PO is confirmed. The receipt was created. On our dashboard now, we see that the order was confirmed and created, hence our PO 8 here. We can see the sales order 11, sales order 12. I could do a quick search and see 12, and I see my sales order 12 here tied to PO 8 right there below. So now I can go in and receive the products. If I create a back order, for example, so for example, instead of receiving 20, I only receive 10. We can add this in. So we receive 10 units. I can confirm this and validate. It's going to ask if I want to create the back order, which I do. And so it creates the back order. In our chatter, it shows the back order here as well. When we go to our dashboard, we now see that the back order has been added to our back order list here. So we see warehouse in 10, back order from PO 8, and that it is ready to be received. So now once we go in, we could come in directly through our dashboard if we wanted to, and we can click directly into those orders. And we can see here on the back order of warehouse 9, that receipt that we just created, and we can click into that as well. So it's all a dynamic dashboard. You can access the actual records from the dashboard. So when we go back into our back order, I can validate the amounts, and now it's in our warehouse. And then when I update my dashboard, we see that the open back orders were removed. So now it's just these two that are open. So now we can go in and complete our process of delivering. So I can go to my sales order, and then I can mark this as delivered once we have it complete. And now the status is done. So once we delivered those 10 pallets, we can now go back to our dashboard. Uh, when I come here and we update this, we're going to see sales order 12 is no longer on our open sales order list. And then we're going to see it was added to our orders to invoice list. So on our dashboard here, we could click in and create the invoice for this order. We could go on the other end as well. So if we didn't want to go through our dashboard, we could go through our sales app as well and go to our orders to invoice. And we see here, sales order 12, I can create that invoice and then create and view. So it shows here that the 10 were delivered on the actual sales order line. And now we can confirm the order. Then we can, if we wanted to, register the payment here. If they pay through our portal by card, so I can access the portal through our sales order. But if I went to the invoice right here, we see that this one is waiting for payment. This is the one I just created for the 10 units today. And I could select it as paid. I could pay it from here. I would just have to turn on the payment method. So let's go back to our dashboard. If I mark that, for example, I'll mark that as paid. So we have our invoice here. If I register the payment, and I'll create the payment on the back end, maybe it's a manual payment that they transferred by wire or something like that. So I can mark it as paid in here. Maybe they sent me a confirmation screenshot or something. I can mark it as paid manually. And then when I go back to my dashboard, it's no longer going to show that the order needs to be invoiced because it has been marked as in payment. So the status is no longer to invoice. So that's how your dashboard will look dynamically. And that way you can have a good overview of what's going on with your business. Obviously, we can add in more views if we needed to. And if you have any questions, please contact me at cka@odoo.com.